What's up, guys? Justin here with a pickups video, and I do apologize for probably going almost 2 weeks now without uploading a video. Things have just been so slow up here. It's really like the worst time of the year for Craigslist and the thrift stores and whatnot, so I haven't been picking up a whole lot of stuff, but I've definitely been playing a lot of video games. It's been a pretty successful winter break for me, I'd say. Ryan and I finished playing through Pandora's Tower on the Wii, so if anyone else is playing through that or you completed it, feel free to leave a comment down below, let us know what you thought. Just the other night I completed GTA 5 for the 360, and of course that was just the story mode, so I rolled the credits and everything, which were like 45 minutes long. But of course my completion percentage is back at like 63% or something. You guys know how the GTA games are, so I'm still playing through that one, you know, going back and doing all the side missions, collecting all the properties and stuff. And then just recently, and this kind of transitions into my first pickup here, Ryan and I started into a 360 RPG. And it's one that he's had for a long time now. I remember going to GameStop with him like a year ago and him picking up this game, and we just never played it. And it's always intrigued me, and when I got my 360, this was like on the top of the list for me to get, and it's not an expensive game by any means. I think GameStop sells it for like 15 bucks used. I ended up getting it for like $12.99 with free shipping off of eBay, but that is a copy of Eternal Sonata for the 360, and this one came complete and in really, really nice shape. I was very happy with this. And basically what this is it's an RPG based around music, or like classical music, and I don't want to scare anyone off by saying that because I know that's not something that everyone's into, but the game itself is perfectly legitimate and playable in its own right, aside from all like the musical aspects and stuff. You know, it's like the character names. The character names are all like music terminology, and the game's actually based around Frédéric Chopin, the composer. I think he was like early 1800s or something like that. But again, I don't want to scare anyone off by saying that because it's a very, very cool game. Ryan and I are about 8 hours into it now, I think, and my only disclaimer so far is that if you guys pick it up, which I definitely recommend, don't be turned off by the first couple hours of the game. Honestly, the first like probably 2 hours were probably the easiest 2 hours of any RPG that I've ever played in my life. So I was kind of concerned that it was just going to be some like, you know, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest RPG. But as we progressed, it definitely ramped up the difficulty quite a bit. It's still a very easy and linear game. I don't want to compare it to Pandora's Tower because they're completely different RPGs, but I'm going to because Pandora's Tower was the last RPG I completed, and I'm not going to lie, Pandora's Tower was a freaking hard game. That was a frustrating game. It was tedious, it was very challenging, and of course very rewarding at the same time when you finally beat it, but this is just so much more mindless fun, and there's no like, you know, multi-hour epic dungeons or anything in this game. It's just like a linear game. You know, the story's very intriguing. The battle system is really cool. It's basically a mix-up between a turn-based RPG and an action RPG. So the actual attacking sequence is turn-based, but the actual combat is action-based and time-based. So I thought that was really cool. And again, I really, really recommend this game. It's not very expensive. It's probably a little bit harder to find, but if you guys see it for a decent price, definitely pick it up. So I got to give a little bit of a shout out to my buddy Grimsy42 for these next couple pickups here. I had saw in one of his previous videos that he had ordered a couple 360 games off of Amazon, and when he showed me what they were and told me what he paid for them, I was like, oh my god, I got to hop on that. So I went to Amazon and I ordered a few things. The first one here is Death Smiles limited edition for the 360, and it's in this long box here. It actually comes with a faceplate for the system. It comes with a soundtrack and of course the game as well. And I'm really kind of curious to know if the faceplate for this game would fit on my system. I have the 250 gig, you know, Slim Elite system, whatever you want to call it. So if anyone knows what model of the system this faceplate fits, please let me know. That's definitely something I'd consider opening and playing if that would fit on my system. It's not an RPG though. It looks kind of like an RPG. It's actually a shooter, and a pretty cool looking shooter at that. So I'll probably be giving this a try in the future. And this was like dirt cheap. This was like $15 or $16 on Amazon. As with this next pickup here, which I couldn't believe either. This is another shooter. Actually, it's a Konami shooter. Automedius Excellent. And this one is a really cool special edition. It actually comes with the game, of course. It says it has a 68-page art book, official soundtrack, and actually a two-sided pillowcase, which I was really interested to check out. I was hoping this was going to be one of those boxes that was kind of like the Kirby's Dream Collection box for the Wii or whatever, where like the outer box isn't sealed or anything like that, but the game inside and everything inside is sealed. But unfortunately, I guess it is sealed on the top, and I'm you know, part of me wants to open it and check out everything. Part of me doesn't. You know, is it really going to devalue it if I open it? Probably not. This is only like 15 or 16 bucks. So I'll probably be opening this and checking out the stuff inside. But there's a look at the back again. Really cool. So my order total for those two games was like 32 bucks or something like that, and I'm not like an Amazon's reward or a Prime member or whatever that gets free shipping, so in order to get free shipping I have to spend at least 35 bucks from Amazon, not like individual sellers. So I figured rather than buy these and pay the excess for shipping, I might as well pick up something else too and get free shipping. So I came across this and pretty much on a whim just decided to pick it up. So my order total was like 40 bucks and I got free shipping, but it's the Guinness World Records 2014 Gamers Edition. And I actually remember when this got released last year, the 2013 version, and I was tempted to pick it up, but I just kind of played it off as one of those books that was just going to be like, oh, record for most headshots in a round of COD or whatever. But it's not. It's definitely it's not like a high quality book or anything. It's just like a soft cover. But it's got a lot of cool stuff in here, and I haven't looked through it too much yet. You know, I saw there was a record in here for the world's largest video game collection. You know, I'd never heard of the guy. I don't know how legitimate that is or whatever, but I thought it was pretty cool to look through. It was like 8 bucks, so, and it got me free shipping. So essentially, I paid like 2 bucks for the book. So I thought that was a pretty cool pickup, something to look through anyway. So moving on to an eBay purchase. Actually, it's another 360 game, another factory sealed 360 game that I was very happy to pick up. I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it, but it's a record of Agarest War 0 limited edition. Maybe it's Agarest. I'm not 100% sure, like I said. But it looks like a really, really cool game. Actually, Ryan has this game as well, but he doesn't have the box set. He just has the game. And it looks like a really cool RPG. This one says it comes with a 48-page character data guide, soundtrack CD, special card set, including 1 deck of playing cards and 1 deck of collectible skill cards. So that's really cool. Again, this one is factory sealed. I paid $29.99 with free shipping, I think, off of eBay for this, and I thought it was kind of funny. Whenever I buy something like this, or like a complete N64 Super Nintendo game, anything with a cardboard box, I always make sure, usually before I pay, to message the seller and have them confirm that they're going to be shipping it in a box so it doesn't get crushed or anything like that. And when this arrived to me, it was in a bubble mailer, and I was like, oh my god, like this box is going to be completely destroyed. But I opened the bubble mailer, and they actually did send it in a box. I thought it was kind of funny. They sent it in a cigar box, which I guess did the trick. I mean, it's not like it's like a clean box and everything. There was nothing wrong with it. It protected the game. I just thought that was kind of funny. But anyway, yeah. And from what I know, I think there was another Agarest War game on the system as well. And that one has a really cool looking collector's edition, like the Ultra Naughty collector's edition or something like that. I haven't looked too much into that. It's more expensive, but maybe I'll be picking that one up in the future. But cool to get that. And now moving on to what I did get at the thrift stores the last couple of weeks. It's not much, but I got some pretty cool stuff, I guess. I was in there, let's see, I think it was sometime last week, and I saw this controller here. And I just saw like one half of it, so I pulled it off the shelf and realized it was actually attached to a PlayStation 1 and PS1 mini system here. And it was rubber banded together with both the cords and everything. And I mean, everything was really dirty, but it was priced at, the system was priced at 10 bucks. So I was like, all right, well, I'll go ahead and pick that up. So I brought it up to the cash register, and when I was about to pay for it, I realized that as she was like ringing it up, that the controller actually had a separate price sticker on it for like $2.99 or $3.99 or something. So I was like, oh my god, like that, you know, normally like $2 or $3 doesn't make the difference between a purchase, but in this case it honestly did. For like a PlayStation 1 system, I unplugged the controller and I was like, alright, well, I didn't realize this was separate. I had told the cashier, I asked her if I could just get, you know, this for the 10 bucks that it was marked for, and she was like, you know what, they're not even supposed to price this stuff separately. You can just have the controller with the system for the 10 bucks. So I was like, oh sweet. So 10 bucks for that system bundle there. There was no game inside, but I did test the system and it does work. So I cleaned it up pretty nice too. So not a bad investment for 10 bucks. And then just yesterday, actually before work, I went up to the Goodwill as well. And right when I walked in, I noticed, well, two things actually. One, they had a copy of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the NES in their glass case up front. It was just cartridge only, but it was actually shrink wrapped. It looked like it was from like a game store or something. It had a barcode on it and everything. And it was like $7 or $8. I was like, are you kidding? Like one NES game they had there, and they priced it at like $8. But sitting above it on the shelf was a Platinum GameCube. And I kind of just went past it at first and beeline for where they put the games, because I'd much rather find some GameCube games on another system, obviously, but they didn't have any games out or anything. But I walked over to the electronics and I spotted this, the orange or the Spice GameCube controller, And I actually picked up one of these not too long ago from the Goodwill that I got in a complete box GameCube system from there. This one I wish was in better shape. It was only marked for $2.99, which I was perfectly willing to pay, even probably just for the orange shell. The controller does work. I did test it, but the joystick is pretty loose, kind of like an N64 joystick gets. It's not broken or anything, like I said, it's still fully functional. So then I went back to the front and checked out the GameCube system. I was thinking that since it was, you know, behind their glass case up on their display shelf, that it was probably going to be like 30 bucks or something, but it was actually only priced at $15. So I went ahead and picked up the system as well. It's a Platinum system here, and honestly, the main reason I wanted it was because it actually had the Animal Crossing memory card in the system. It's not in great shape. It was really, really dirty, and I wasn't able to clean everything off without messing up the label on it a little bit. But it was still cool to see that it's not a memory card you see every day. And then it had both the original hookups with it as well. So I went ahead and tested that system out, and it does work and everything. So to get it, you know, with the orange controller, I thought was a pretty good deal. And then moving on to the last couple things I have to show for this video. This first one here is actually a trade that I just got in the mail today. Actually, just a couple, like an hour before I filmed this video. It's from my buddy Alex here on YouTube. We've been messaging back and forth lately, working out some trades and whatnot. This was just a smaller trade, but he went ahead and sent me a copy of Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages for the Game Boy Color, and he was also nice enough to throw in a Sega Genesis controller, which is awesome. So I want to thank you so much for the trade, man. Like I said, I sent you a message earlier and let you know that I'll be getting your package out first thing tomorrow, I promise. And I will put his link down in the description. Definitely go check out his channel. And then moving on to the final pickup I have for the video, something that just came in the mail today. It was pretty much the last Wii RPG that I'm really actively seeking out, and that's Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Echoes of Time. I was kind of nervous. I bought this on, I think it was a stock photograph. It was like a best offer option, and I think I got this for like $9 with free shipping, which I thought was really cool. And it's literally like in like new condition. I actually haven't even looked at the disc yet, but I'll check it out right now. Yeah, disc is perfect condition. It doesn't even look like it's ever been played. It's still got like the registration card and everything in there as well. So I was very happy with that. The only one I'm really looking for now, I suppose, is Xenoblade Chronicles. And honestly, I think I was up at GameStop on Black Friday, and I was holding, they had Xenoblade, I think it was on sale for 40 bucks at GameStop, and I was holding it in my hand, and I probably should have pulled the trigger on it, but I couldn't justify it after everything that happened with that game, and the fact that, you know, the GameStop like re-released it and everything and was trying to sell it for like 90 bucks. I couldn't justify paying them $40 for the game. This might sound weird, but I would probably honestly would have rather paid like, you know, 100 or 120 bucks for the game off of eBay before they re-released it, rather than paying, you know, $50 or $60 on eBay for the game now after they re-released it. I don't know, call me weird if you want, but I just thought that was such a shady move on GameStop's part. But anyway, I believe that was all I had to show for the video, so definitely excited to check out some of these 360 special editions. And again, if you guys see this game for a decent price, anything under 15 bucks, definitely pick it up. You will not be disappointed, I promise you. So thank you guys for checking out the video, and until next time, take care.